Right, in case you missed it, Tshwane Mayor Randall Williams has resigned. He says he made the decision to ensure the stability of the Metro's multi-party coalition government. He was elected mayor in October 2020. His resignation will take effect from the 28th of this month. Let's get reaction now from George Matjila. He's the ANC's Tshwane Regional Secretary. Mr. Matjila, thank you very much for your time here on eNCA. I'm sure you're satisfied with this resignation. You've been calling for the mayor to resign for quite some time now.
Morning, Masejo, and your viewers. Well, we are not excited that much because ours is that our people must be able to receive services. That is what matters most to ourselves. But we have indicated, because we have always said that Mr. Randall is unable to efficiently and properly run the city. So upon his resignation, we can say the people of the city are the ones who are supposed to be happy, because at least maybe the person that would take over from him will be able to attend to their challenges.
And we all know that a motion of no confidence was supposed to actually take place against the outgoing executive mayor. It was decided that it would happen in a secret ballot. Could this be why he fell on his sword?
Well, he has always been under immense pressure. In one of the interviews, I said, as we walk in our next council, our hope is that Mr. Randall will be going out of council, will be walking out of council because of the challenges that are there in the city. As the executive mayor, he's well aware of the challenges that have always rocked the city around your potholes, around the traffic signs that were not working, waste that is not collected, the 10 billion that cannot be accounted for, the 1.4 billion that is owed to ESCOM, the over 1 billion that is owed to rainwater and so forth. So he was obviously having sleepless nights.
Well, you were gunning for some support from political parties in council as you were looking to actually file this motion of no confidence against the outgoing mayor. And I just wonder what the talks are now with the ANC in terms of the vote for a new mayor. Do you know what's the way forward? Well,
we've always had talks with the parties that are represented in council, because all of us were very much concerned about the level of non-service delivery in our, more particularly in our own townships and so forth. So the talks are at an advanced stage. We've obviously roped in our provincial leadership because they are the ones who are guiding these processes. So that's for sure that we are really coming up with something.
And the agreement between yourselves and the PEC, for instance, Mr. Matjila, do you have a name that you might be able to share with us in terms of who you're going to put forward as a person who will likely be mayor for Tshwane if you get your way?
No, we are not at that stage, because remember, we have not garnered enough numbers to can be able to speak about that alone as the African National Congress. So we have to interact with the parties that are there, and we need to reach an agreement in terms of which party, who's the person who's going to lead the city as the mayor.
It's quite funny because, you know, you were talking about how he hasn't been able to look after the finances of the city of Tshwane, and he is the same person who was saying that he inherited a city that was about 4 billion rand in deficit from the ANC, and now you're talking about 10. So what really is going on in terms of the books in the city of Tshwane?
Well, you know for sure, Masiho, that Mayor Randall has always been very economic with the truth. I mean, the ANC left a surplus in the city. I mean, it's a well-documented fact that we left money in the city, because during our time, we were able to collect revenue. We were able to spend more, particularly in the township where the services are needed the most. So it's not true. I mean, he has been saying it for the longest period of time, and we've always requested him to prove that he could not.
Will you accept it if the next mayor comes from the Democratic Alliance once more?
Well, it's a democratic process. I mean, if, for instance, we are unable to, as parties that are speaking, we are unable to garner enough votes, and for some reason the DA is able to come back, we will have to accept, because it's a democratic process. But the mayor or the party that is going to be in charge of the city must be able to discharge their responsibilities properly and make sure that our people are getting services. I mean, as the ANC, we have always said that our interest is more in ensuring that our people are serviced, not the mayoral chain. But where we are, we don't think we have a chance whereby the DA can be able to successfully deliver services. I mean, you would have seen in Johannesburg, they could have not succeeded. In Ekurhuleni, I mean, things are extremely bad in Mohali City. So it cannot happen in Tshwane if it can happen all over. Is the same. I mean, the DA is unable to render services to our people.
And this reported rift, for instance, Mr. Matjila, between the ANC and the EFF, is it going to have any bearing on council in the city of Tshwane and the next mayor that is to come?
Well, in the province, there's no rift. I don't want to speak about something that I see only in newspapers and so forth. We have a cordial relationship with the EFF, and we believe that for the sake of our people, we will be in that position to can work together.
And Action SA, are they a political party that is willing to listen to you during the municipal elections? They were very straightforward about not wanting to ever work with the ANC. How's the relationship with the ANC in Tshwane and Action SA in that particular city?
Well, we are speaking to individual councillors of Action South Africa. They are also very much concerned about the non-delivery of services, more particularly in the townships. But we don't have any speaking to each other. We are in speaking terms because all of us, we represent the people.
All right, let's really hope you do represent the people. Mr. George Matjila, the Regional Secretary of the ANC in the city of Tshwane, thank you very much for your time.